when you start to observe people come into your life for a reason or for a season, they're there to show you something many times that you're not able to observe or see yourself. And it's kind of like you're in the bottle. And that's where I think with the work that you're doing and the work that I'm doing is we're just helping people to just take a walk around, see the label, look at things just a little bit differently. Because sometimes it's just a little 1% shift, maybe. It's not a massive thing. It could be very, very micro, but the micro creates a really exponential result to the macro
Correct.
level. And I think your example, tying it back to the balance sheet and productivity, I mean, it does make a tremendous amount of sense. Now, you've touched on this point a couple of times in our conversation. It's the imposter syndrome. It's the prison, the imposter prison.
Prison
Uh,
of fear. Oh,
and but you reference, because you're coming back to pattern matching. You reference there are three different types of imposter syndrome that we need to be aware of here. What are these different types? Because it
I know.
once again, the symptom will show differently for different people, maybe even at different stages and different times of growth and leadership as well.
Yeah. So the three types of imposter that I see are the perfectionist, the poser, and the Ponzi. Perfectionist. I was a monstrous perfectionist. Nothing's ever good enough. You're sucking your teeth at everything. So my story, I'm 38 years old, got recruited to be CEO at POCU. Amazing. 4 years later, we've added 300 credit unions. We took free cash from 0 to 45 million. We added 120 million to top line. Our CFO was CFO of the year in Tampa Bay. Lynn Heckler, who just retired, was HR leader of the year in the state of Florida. It was like, we were doing it. And I was sucking my teeth like, yeah, I mean, it's cool, amazing. But like, we could have done 130 million. If we just got it right, we could have done 130 million. And what I learned about perfectionists is you're keeping success at a distance.
Mm.
And the results that come with it give you a little pop, little endorphin hit, because it's that self-worth you're trying to fill in.
Yep.
But some of that, you need some juice at work. Like you need a little bit of anxiety. You need a little bit of get up and go. But defining your whole self-worth on it is a disaster.
Have
So
you?
there's the perfectionist. And the thing that you got to watch out is the perfectionist can eat herself from the inside out.
Yeah.
Very productive employee, and secretly you're like, man, they get some stuff done. But there's like carnage in a lot of different places because you're addicted to work and blah, 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 blah.
Well, I want to pause you on this point on the perfectionist, because it makes me think of the work that Dan Sullivan and Dr. Benjamin Hardy did with their book, Progress Not Perfection. And,
Yep.
and you look at the importance of measuring the progress that you make on the journey. Or was it gap in the gain? The gap in the gain. It's easy to fall into the gap, and the model there, progress at perfection, progress. You fall into the gap when you measure against what you still have to do, or we could have done all of this. To your point, we could have
Yes.
been 130 to 140. You're not seeing what you went from 45 to 130 or whatever your example was. You're completely. And so it's like riding in a car, and we're going to use another mirror principle here. My kids one time, and I've tried this, and it's a fascinating. I know our kids are the similar ages, so just try this as an experiment. If you ever take them on a road trip, oh my gosh, how long is it going to take? Well, we're going to be there after the sun goes down, because they had an expectation of when we're going to go, but I never gave them a time. I just said whenever the sun goes down. And then they said, well, can we watch a movie? And I said, well, you know what? I just want you to just do what we did back in the day, stare out the window and ponder life and have some conversations. And they said, I said, we could watch a movie, whenever the sun goes down. Not once on that trip did they ever ask, are we there yet? Or how much longer? They were able to measure progress by just the context of time and literally watching the sun. And so once we rolled into the place where we were staying, the Airbnb, guess what? Sun was just going down, and we watched the movie once we got inside.
Right. I love that.
So they were able to measure progress on the trip with some sort of horizon line, not looking at where we were going, but by kind of measuring where we had come from. Same idea here with the perfectionist.